So I remember my first experience of gossip in the workplace. I was relocated to a new area in the office, and I had a new colleague I was sitting beside, and she started to talk to me a lot more about different things that were happening in the office. And she started talking to me about someone who was going on vacation, all the details of her vacation, who she was going with, why, where, for how long, like just endless amounts of information that I wouldn't have otherwise known. And I remember feeling really curious and connected. I felt like I was valuable to her, like we had something special because the two of us were, communicating about something particular. And then I had this little ping of feeling gross and kind of guilty, like I had information that I wasn't supposed to have. Ultimately, though, my curiosity led me to follow the gossip. The next day, the same person, the same colleague that I had, started to talk to more people at her desk. And I'm sitting right beside her and I'm listening and I'm thinking, weren't these the stories that we were sharing? Aren't these the things that we were talking about? Isn't this how we were connecting? And so I realized that as the gossip was continuing, I didn't feel so special anymore. I didn't feel so important anymore. It was just a general thing that was happening in the workplace. And I noticed the same kind of pattern of behavior through other organizations that I went to, the same kind of gossip conversations. Still kind of left me with a feeling of mixed feelings. It's just the way things were done from organization to organization. So when I became a management consultant, I was speaking to an HR professional who said, she was talking to me about psychological safety and trust in her workplace. And psych safety and trust is a huge issue that comes up in organizations. And I realized that there was a tie between psychological safety and trust and gossip. And what must be true for me was probably happening organizationally as well. So I became curious about gossip. I wanted to know more. How does it work? Why are people doing it? What is the impact? What are people doing about it? If there's an impact on me, there must be an impact on other people and on the larger organizational sense. So I began to speak with others about gossip. And what they told me is that they were actually afraid of it. They didn't know how to approach it. They didn't know how to engage in it. And what I realized is that people want to feel important. They want to feel heard. They want to feel valuable. They want to be engaged. Underneath it, they hate being left out. They hate not knowing things. So as I began to talk to people more and more, I learned that people actually don't like it. They know it can be destructive, and they feel powerless to stop it or even engage confidently with others in having a difficult conversation face-to-face about the gossip that's happening. So just take a step out to look at the big picture here. Gossip is a way to communicate and engage with people. It's a way to share information, to feel included, to feel important. So what if people could feel important, be connected, be included, feel heard, get the information they needed, and not suffer any organizational consequences such as psychological safety and trust? So this is what I was seeking to figure out. So here's one of the solutions that I've come up with. And as I've started to talk to more people and engage with coaching clients, we've learned we can set aside the gossip conversation, speak directly to the person, and engage in the individual's life and what they're what's going on for them. The positive results that end up being produced: move past negative surface talk, build deeper connectedness at work, and have a greater focus at work and at home. So what's true for the micro is true for the macro. Organizations need to understand the relationship between gossip and psychological safety and trust. And they have an opportunity to respond to gossip in new ways and have more meaningful conversations. So here are the strategies to curb gossip in the workplace. Refocus people's attention on the present and the personal. Cultivate openness and provide opportunities for connection, and don't engage or reward the gossip. So curbing gossip happens one conversation at a time. Understand that it really matters how you engage in these conversations. If you follow this approach individually as a team and as an organization, you'll see a decrease in gossip and an increase in psychological safety and trust. Thank you.